mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds.
Let's go.
This feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before I thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before I thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this.
Hello, Gypsy. Susan, Bridget, Catherine, Truth, Aries, Tracy, Truth, Sleuth, Lisa, B. Oakley. Bonjour. Everyone hit that thumbs up button as you're rolling.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. 'Cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
Got it, girl.
I know I'm not easy, I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Well, hello again, my pearls. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I need to fix this There we go. I think we got it. Well, volume's low. The volume is low. It shouldn't be. Is the volume low? Where have you been, young lady? Where have you been? Mic check, mic check. Volume sounds good. Okay, perfect. All right. All right. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate you joining me. Today is still October 11th, 2024, and it is, what time is it? 7:41 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello. We just maybe 30, 45 minutes ago, we just got through doing a live on Hey Sweet Tea, talking about all kinds of stuff. Clue actually ended up calling in, had a conversation as well. Soul Water Revival. I love that name, and you are gorgeous, darling. Yes. Thank you so much for becoming a pearl. And may I add, pearls look amazing on you. Really do appreciate you. Now, please welcome Soul Water Revival. Thank you for your support, my dear K-Mac. Hubby bought me candy at the grocery store just because. Isn't it just the little things in life that makes it so much better? Sometimes that little surprise makes all the difference. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy your candy. Too chilly for me to keep sitting outside in the damp cool. It's so cold, isn't it? It's really changing. The weather is. Justin has worked so hard today as thank you, my dear. Really appreciate it. I have worked a little hard today, haven't I? Thank you so much, Castle. Good to see you, my dear. Listening in while writing another paper, so Nina. Oh, goodness gracious. I hope you get it done soon, Sonita. Thank you for joining us. Really do appreciate you. Sense of soul. I love it when I make a live with Justin. We love it when you are here, little sweet soul. We appreciate you so much. Gypsy, this bothered me after I got off. I was like, did I thank her for giving me a $10 super chat? So if I didn't, it bothered me. I hope I thanked you. Thank you so much, my dear, earlier. I really appreciate your support. Hello, beautiful pearls, mods, sweet Justin, love you all. Today was my husband's and I 44 anniversary. I am so sad this month is so hard. He left me the 22nd. Oh, Wanda, I'm so sorry, my dear. So sorry. It's tough. It's tough. The first year is really, really tough. And especially on those special days, it makes it even more tough. So, but no, he is as close to you right in your heart as he's ever been. So he is with you, watching you right now. I'm so sorry for your loss, my dear. Really am. Daisy Love, thank you, my dear, for 5 continuous months. Good to see you. Love being a pearl. Thanks, Justin, for being so fabulous. Oh, I don't thank you, my dear. Thank you so much for your 5 continuous months of support. And forget me not 9 continuous months. Thank you, forget me not. Thank you, Justin. And everyone here for the best chat on YouTube. Oh, thank you so much, forget me not. Really do appreciate you. Please, hey, Millie, good to see you. I don't see Millie, but I see people saying hi to her. There she is. Hi, Millie. Good to see you, my dear. Um, y'all, please keep our dear Grace in your prayers and her husband. I mentioned earlier, but she has her husband is really, really ill after his chemo, and she's just been going through a lot right now. She's been 4 days laying beside her husband in the hospital, and you know how fun that is. So please keep her in your prayers for sure. Got some things we're going to speak about tonight. One, I did go over it a little bit earlier. This Aaron David Spencer case. So this dad has a 14-year-old daughter. 14-year-old daughter. I want to hear your honest opinion, honestly. And there was this, I think he's 60-year-old man who has Damn, he's got like. Let me see if I can find this. Just give me 2 seconds, y'all. And then we're going to get into the Sebastian Rogers stuff. New video out in the courtroom as well. So it was around 1:12 a.m. on October 8th, 3 days ago. Deputies were called to a home on Highway 236 East with reports of a missing 14-year-old girl. Reports say that the father of the teen, Aaron Spencer, let me show you a photo of Mr. Spencer. This is Aaron Spencer, the dad that has been charged for unaliving a man. I'll give you the details here momentarily. And reports say that the father of the teen, Aaron Spencer, I just showed you the picture, had reportedly found the teen inside a vehicle with a man identified as Michael Fossler, Fosler. A confrontation between the two men began and ended in Fossler being pew-pewed and unalived. He was pronounced deceased while still at the scene. Spencer had been taken into custody and transported at the Lonoke County Detention Center, where he is being charged with first-degree unaliving, which is a Class Y felony in Arkansas. And this man, this father, was out looking for his 14-year-old daughter because this, I think, 60-year-old man or so had R'd his 14-year-old daughter before. He wasn't supposed to be around her at all. And let me find it. As the sheriff's office and news stations started reporting, the man had a no contact order for stalking and R'ing their child. The parents called 911 during the entire event. They had no idea this man was in contact with their child. The man that R'd had 6 to 9 felonies for what he did. He was looking for the rest of his, quote, pathetic life in jail, says the parents, the mother, and our daughter was the only witness. The parents say, quote, we 100% in the moment thought he was going to take her and unalive her. Some things we will never know, but we know that the police department afforded this predator privacy that they did not give our family, including posting our home address. I'm deeply offended by the way this was handled by the county sheriff's office. The parents say in the summer of 2024, our child was groomed and R by a 67-year-old friend of a family friend. He was charged but released on $50,000 bail and is awaiting court in December. On 3 nights ago, Tuesday morning at 1 a.m., that's when they were awoken by our daughter's dog barking. We checked on her and found that she was not in her bed. Frantically, we called friends, family and 911. They did everything right, in my opinion. The mother of this 14-year-old says, "My husband went blindly searching for our 14-year-old. By the grace of God, he passed the predator's vehicle on the road and followed them, trying to get him to pull over with our child. Instead, the predator, shouldn't have said that, ran with our minor child. My husband was able to catch up with him and retrieve our child. In the process, he was attacked and did what he needed to do to protect himself and our daughter. My husband is a combat veteran who has always protected his family and country, and today he is our hero. Now we need help to fight these outrageous charges. Please consider donation, monetary donations if possible, but we will also take calls and letters to Lanoke County prosecutor, reminding them that they work for the people and any and all prayers. We are generally private people, had not had much sleep, but the support has been overwhelming, and we appreciate everyone sharing this story so the truth gets out there." This guy is, in my opinion, a hero. What would you have done if this would have been your daughter? What would you have done? I would have done the same thing. If this was this was the second time a 67-year-old man had his 14-year-old daughter. Jessica, thank you so much for 7 months. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Love you to pieces. You know that. I know that. Thank you so much, my dear. And Mini Panthers, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace. Love you so much, my dear. You know that, and I know that. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. I hope that they end up dropping these charges. This man does not deserve to be imprisoned for the rest of his life for protecting his daughter, where he was probably going to go R and unalive her so she could maybe not go to court, testify against what he did to this 14-year-old child. 14, y'all. Bingo. He had bail, $50,000 bail. They dropped the ball there, in my opinion. We know that these offenders cannot be rehabilitated. Now, again, he has not been convicted, and he won't be at this point because he's deceased. Why would a 67-year-old man pick up a 14-year-old child at 1 o'clock in the morning? Nothing's good is going to come from that. That's exactly right, Lois. They are repeat offenders. That is exactly why we have the registration, the S offender registration, is because they cannot be rehabilitated. Marley, thank you so much for, number one, being a member, and number two, hitting that thumbs up button. Really appreciate you. 67-year-old sicko, and he did not become a 67-year-old sicko overnight. Did not become a 67-year-old sicko overnight. How many more is out there? Mr. E. Can y'all see if that's the real Mr. E? Please and thank you. I thought Mr. E was a mod. Maybe it's a different Mr. E, but I just want to make sure. Just in case. Imagine how many victims. Exactly, troopers. Can a mod check to make sure that's the real Mr. E? I thought Mr. E was a mod. There are many more out there. Yeah. So there's that. Let me just show you briefly, and then we're going to get onward with the Sebastian Rogers and all that stuff. DJ, good to see you, my friend. I love your little picture. I'm late to the show. I really wanted to thank you for always having such a welcoming show and respectful commentary. You are definitely one. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, DJ. Really appreciate you, my friend. That's him, Mrs. E just confirmed. Okay, I'm getting mixed messages. Mr. E uses his own account. Let me see if they messaged me. One second. I'll find out in just a second if that's really him. Okay. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Shars. King Max says that's him. Okay. Awesome. Shars. Hey, Justin, I love your channel. Could you please say a prayer for my 8-year-old nephew who is uncomfortable? Oh my God, Shars. Of course. What's wrong? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Of course, Shaw. Please keep Shar's 8-year-old nephew nonverbal and autistic. He is in the ICU. Okay, that's him. Okay, yep, that's him. Let me just make sure something's going on here. Bear with me one second. I'm so sorry that this is going on with you. Where's Mr. E? Okay. Yeah, the E's are amazing people. They certainly are. They're amazing people. Shars, I don't know what's going on, but may God bless your little nephew. Be with him. Strengthen him, we pray. And your family and all of you. Amen, Lois. Amen. Oh, you think that you don't realize, we all have problems in life, but there are perspectives, right? There are perspectives of problems. You know, if you don't have someone in the ICU right now, praise the Lord. If you don't have someone missing in your family right now, praise the Lord, right? All of that stuff. So, healing prayers. Amen. Amen. All right. So, couple things. All right. So, earlier, there is some more footage coming out of Court TV from Facebook. And we're going to look at it. I thought you were a mod before. Thank you, troopers. Thank you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Can send you something that is for the Pearl Monkey Fund. Oh, Pearl Monkey Fund. That's so funny. Thank you, my dear. Oh my God, your cat is so cute. Your cat is so adorable. That's so beautiful. Thank you, my dear. Really appreciate you, sweet troopers. Justin, my brother, meet this girl in a bar with her mom, and her mom vouched for her being 25. And when my brother hooked with the daughter, he went to jail because the girl was only 16. Listen, it can happen. It can. And you got to listen, you know, there are people that look a lot of younger, look a lot older, especially, you know, girls develop a lot quicker than boys mentally and physically. And so you got to really make sure, you know, if you're going out and stuff, you really got to make sure. Uh, you know, it's part of the responsibility is doing a background check on you on someone you're at the bar with. No, seeing their ID or something. Dana, thank you so much. Really appreciate you for gifting 2 pearl necklaces. If you received one of those pearl necklaces from our sweet little Dana, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Greatly, greatly appreciate you, my dear. And pearls look amazing on them. Am I going to name my monkey Pearl? I don't know. I don't know. If it's a girl, probably. Uh, in my opinion, the 67-year-old, no longer with us clown needed to be circulating at the bingo hall as opposed to the local junior high school. I can say this because I am old. So there. How about that, Lois? And may I say your donkey is beautiful? Your donkey is beautiful, Lois. I love it. Hello, butterflies. Good to see you. Oh my God, I know. You know, it amazes me that Mr. Foot can marry 5 times. It's amazing. I wouldn't have the energy. Would not have the energy. I mean, must be in love. He must fall in love very easily. Yeah. Nowadays, yeah. Yeah. Mr. E, Mrs. E, I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking. Justin, my doggy's name is Pearl. She is a pure white Shih Tzu, and it's my birthstone. Oh, that's so sweet. How does the daughter end up with him? She just go with him, or did I don't know. I don't know. Uh, you know, either way, uh, you know, these. You imagine being 14 and having this grandpa like guy, ooh, coming to your window. No. Mm-mm. Problem solver for girls lying to men. Don't have one night stands. Maybe get to know someone. Yes, Brenda. Yes, I understand. But here in the real world, one night stands happen. They just do. Um, especially if you're single. Thank you, Justin. His name is Johnny Cash. Oh, I like that. He is a mini mule, actually a hinny. Can you just say mini ass? Is it a mini ass? Mom is a donkey. Dad is a stallion pony. I rescued him. Oh, goodness gracious. The mini ass. Either way, that's right. Either way, he's not supposed to be there. Ever. I knocked over my water after seeing that comment about CP being a speed marriage. Really? Oh, really? Oh, mystery. Oh, thank you, Truth Sleuth. Thank you so very much. Goodness. Don't forget, there is a national movement to decriminalize pets. In many places, they are now called minor attracted persons. What? So they don't feel stigmatized? Oh, fuck that. Our mental health orgs are allowing therapists to advocate for it. Check out what is used to treat. Oh my God. That's insanity. That's insanity. I'm sorry. That's insanity. Um, uh, my heart just went to the bottom of the floor. Do you know that I'm going to try to stay on track after this. So I'm just going to say this. Do you know that they are adding litter boxes to certain bathrooms in our schools? Litter boxes. Yes. Um, mhm. You're not a cat. You don't shat in a litter box. And that's all I'm going to say. It does sound it is unsanitary. Can you I listen, I feel really sorry for that janitor. I would quit my job day 1. That is just a little too much. You're not a cat. You're not a dog. You're a human being. I I am, I don't mind individuality. I am very individual myself. Uh, stand out a little bit, but it just, in my opinion, shatting in a litter box when you have a perfectly good toilet. Mm-mm. 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 Well, there's a big thing going on with it at the public schools near me right now. And there are parents that want it in the school. And there is no way. I just don't. I feel really bad for people who have to go to public schools now, because you don't get a say. You just don't get a say, in my opinion. Yes, they have it in their home, and they're putting them in schools allegedly. I don't. I just. What the hell are all these janitors have? I don't know. I think this litter furries or something like that. I don't know. All right, moving on. Let's so Court TV was in there. Right. What the parents be there to clean? I don't know. I don't know.
Tennessee, where
I mean the thing that Truth was just saying about maps, that's insane.
a hearing took place on Thursday in the case of missing teen Sebastian Rogers. The 15-year-old was last seen at his mother's home in Tennessee back in February. Sebastian, who has autism, disappeared overnight, leaving his
I agree where you're from. I agree.
shoes behind. The search has gone national, with some YouTubers getting involved, including Andra Griffin, aka Bullhorn Betty. In July, Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot, filed a protection order against Bullhorn Betty, accusing her of harassment. The following month, Bullhorn Betty was arrested for violating the restraining order. Yesterday, the judge granted a new protection order against Andra Griffin. Both Griffin and Sebastian's stepfather, Christopher Proudfoot, spoke during that hearing. Take a listen to some of their testimony.
After being arrested, you still saw fit to continue your advocacy with a voices meeting, yes?
Sebastian matters to me a lot.
How much?
I'd like to find the answers. I'd like to
Okay,
bring him home.
right
and I'd
here is, let me see. This is her attorney speaking right here. This is Betty's attorney.
Yes.
Sebastian matters to me a lot.
How much?
I'd like to find the answers. I'd like to bring him home, and I'd like to bring him home safely. And I hope the application that we do, along with other people like me, help aid in that effort.
When did you first come to Sumner County, Tennessee about the Sebastian Rogers case?
I think I arrived here, it was June 22nd, but it was in the evening, so it was just basically checking into a hotel and, resting because it was a long drive.
Okay.
In my opinion, she does not look prego.
Then what did you do?
One of the main key factors of this case is that the child disappeared between midnight and 6 a.m. So one of the first things I wanted to do was preview the area at night to see what it looked like. I've never been here. I know nothing about this area. I know nothing about how dark it is outside or what certain lights are where. And the only way you can get that information is previewing it at the time of night that it allegedly happened. And as as being a investigative reporter, I do look into those. I look into factual information, whether things hold water or can be disproved.
So what did you do?
I got up, I took a stroll, and of course I have a dash cam in my car, so I just click it, and I basically.
Yes. What do y'all think about this judge allegedly, from the best of my knowledge, saying to Miss Foot and Mr. Rogers that, he would, I understand he was trying to relate with them, trying to share an experience, but saying that he's lost a kid. Do you think, in your opinion, was he insinuating something? Does he know something? I don't know.
Let me ask you this, where were you staying?
She's in the middle of answering your question.
Pardon?
Let her finish.
Pardon?
Sure, so I was saying.
Sebastian is not lost. He is missing. Big thing difference, because I personally believe someone out there, someone knows, or those, quote, those, end quote, is what is on the FBI sheet.
In Goodlettsville
Go
at a
ahead.
hotel.
Go ahead.
And so I was just, I have a dash cam, and so all I pretty much did is, I think it was less than 20 minutes, 25 minutes from the time I left my hotel to the time I got back. And I just drove through and got a nighttime view and looked at everything that we saw on the news, just to get a lay of the land. A lot of people were making a lot of allegations related to the video that was seen, and I wanted to see what the shadows meant, where the lights were, just a lay of the land, so to speak.
Please be very certain with your answer. Have you ever intentionally communicated to Christopher Proudfoot?
I do believe I did respond to him at some point in this.
You responded to this text?
Yes, sir.
How did you respond?
Hold on. But I heard the T-Rev last night said Sebastian could be with someone who reported to CPS. Sped teacher, do you mean... I'm trying to understand. Are you saying T-Rev said that Sebastian could be with someone because of CPS? Is that what he's alleging? Oh, Heidi, I don't. Not for a second. I just wanted to understand what she heard. Thank you, Sped teacher. If you don't mind. Could you? Yeah. Just with those on someone would come forward. Yeah. What T-Rev is implicating as Sebastian is with a relative. There's nothing to suggest that. There's nothing to suggest that at all. Nothing.
There was also some threats of violence toward me from a content creator named Ricky Don Smith. And I had asked him, this is a person he's been on our channel with multiple times, and I asked him if he could please stop her from threatening me.
Is that loud to you? Is it too loud?
Stop who from threatening?
Ricky Don Smith.
What are you afraid of from?
Oh, we grew that goatee back. Thank God.
And it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
and it
To
was
Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot. To Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Proudfoot, what happened?
Grew up back. Is Brittany in here? Well, I mean, I'm glad that he got his hair did. And glad he got that mullet fixed up a little bit. And I'm certainly glad, Trishy. Certainly glad.
Andrew Griffin.
What am I directly afraid of, sir? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Well, when you make a video threatening that you want to bring a gun from another state to this state, directly in videos related to me, my wife, my family, that's a threat, plain and simple. She also said she was going to bring a machete for the record.
Why are you saying it like machete? Why are you saying it like machete? Are you trying to seem worldly? Is that what he's doing? Trying to seem worldly? It's really laughable that he gets up there and makes like he's afraid of BHB. He's fancy. Fancy smancy, isn't he? He still looks like Peter Griffin with a goatee. Who's Peter Griffin? I know that name. Hold on. We're going to Google Peter Griffin. Oh, from you're saying from Family Guy. All right, 1 second. Let me show you. Here he is. That's Peter Griffin in a goatee. This is not courtesy of Court TV. I just want to make sure. Can't say you're wrong. Can't say you're wrong. But the hair's not right. Hair's not right. The head rolling dramatic much. Okay. Why is Brittany there? It's Brittany, bitch. Okay. You're welcome. Now we did that. All right, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming here. So I can show you the foot. He's getting practice for future. What did that say? Yeah. Perhaps he wasn't wearing orange. Wasn't wearing orange.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Would you agree that what's seen and heard is unheard?
I'm not an expert to make the
Do you believe everything on the internet to be truthful?
possibly.
Everything on the internet to be truthful? Possibly. Well, How many times has he said, uh, then could you explain how your semantics that doesn't make sense or even begins to make sense? Just give you 10 off the top of my head. How you say, or not you, but KK, that she goes to sleep at 10 o'clock. You call her at 9:46, 9:48, and you speak to her for 2 hours, but she falls asleep at 10 o'clock. Probably. Well, I agree with that, Tina. I mean, there was a lot of things that he has said toward Seth. Um, hate saying BHB. So Clue called in earlier. We had a conversation, and she says something to the effect that she claims that Betty lied on the stand, and the judge got mad about that. Now, again, I think it would be best if it was all put out there. Maybe Court TV will release it all. But I wouldn't think Betty would do something like that. Um, I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't understand why, when you have stated that you've placed the signs up in the neighborhood, well, of course you gotta get out of your car to do that.
Maybe.
No further, Your Honor.
Questions? Yes, Your Honor.
It's broken up.
Griffin never directly
It's choppy at this little the end of it.
called you, texted you, correct? Besides exchange receipts,
Hasn't contacted me other than via
contacted you based off of.
hundreds.
Is it possible to avoid the media circus that surrounds Miss Griffin's conduct?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Personal phone number that way?
Yes,
Is he saying the media circus is around Kate or Betty's? Betty's? Is that what he's saying? Is that what he's asking, rather?
The media circus that surrounds Miss Griffin's.
hundreds.
Hold on. I want to know what the hundreds thing is too, but damn, it doesn't have.
Is it possible to avoid the media circus that surrounds Miss Griffin's conduct?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Personal phone number that way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you have any other social media accounts?
Have account, sir.
Okay. But is there contact?
Yes, sir.
To be following.
It breaks up so much there. He agreed it's not possible to avoid the media circus that surrounds BHB. Okay. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Why would it not be avoidable? You don't click on it. But he's the one that says that he does watch everybody. That's his words. I mean, that is his words, that he does watch. It's hard to understand, I know. He must be like in court the amount of times over the years. I mean, he's certainly had a lot of experience in divorce court. Certainly. I'm surprised he wasn't on number 6 by now. I think, based upon the knowledge that, people has alleged that him and KK were having quite the trouble right before Sebastian went missing, that they were allegedly ready to be done. If you don't listen to what he says, that might be a record, Sweet Sativa. That might be a record. 5 wives by age 33. You're okay, sweet gypsy. That might be a record. I mean, what, 18 to 33? What's what, 15 years? Yeah, 15 years. 5 wives in 15 years. That's averaging 3 years per marriage. He looks 63. I think he looks better here. I mean, I think he looks a lot more like himself. Without that goatee, I'm not sure if he would get well, I mean, I like my cheetah print, Holly. And I'm a little out there, so I'm 48 and I have not made it past one marriage and won't marry again. Same girl, same. Never, never, ever, ever. He got a makeover? Perhaps. Perhaps. I know. And you know what? That alone might be his purgatory. It might be his purgatory. It really might. I mean, staying married to one person for a lifetime? Oh, the gall, the gall. I wouldn't. Yeah, I know. Doesn't look as bloated. Eh, we're all bloated from time to time. I don't believe there were cameras that caught her on the property. Well, he testified BHB harassed him on the job. My question is, I thought he didn't work there anymore. So Sheila, great point. From what has, the best to my knowledge and allegedly, he has not allegedly been at work at the St. Jude since Sebastian went missing. That morning was allegedly the last morning he was there. Good question, Ginger Snap. I mean, there's obviously cameras in the neighborhood. So there's that. Obviously we know that there's cameras in the neighborhood, right? Because we see a vehicle pull up at 3 a.m. and there is a person or persons get out of the car. I believe it's one personally, maybe two. And then they go in the direction of the foot home for a few minutes. and then they come back out. According to the neighbor, they are around that vehicle for a short time, very short time. And then one person goes and runs back toward that house while the other person in that vehicle or persons are leaving. Now that's quite interesting. Did he go door to door to ask for footage for BHB hanging flyers? I don't know. Ginger, that's a good question as well. I would say, in my opinion, is more likely to do that than, asking about anything else in his neighborhood. That's just strictly my opinion and mine alone. She testified that she went to look at the job site and to ask if it's possible to be there at 5:15 in the morning. So she went during, I don't believe it was during hours. Whenever she went, it is a public area. She didn't get off the sidewalk. And if someone wants to speak to you, that is their right. It's their right to speak to you. They don't have to speak to you. No one's making them speak to you. And if he hadn't worked there since whenever, there's that as well. And I just think it's very interesting, in my opinion, how the car thing couldn't be wouldn't be honored in court when he said that, to the best of my knowledge and allegedly, that it would have to have a voice analysis because you couldn't see his face. Well, you can't see that on someone's phone either when a person threatens you. If someone calls you on the phone and gives a threat to you or me, you go to jail. But I guess if they're online, it doesn't work in Sumner County. I don't know. He's not privy to the pronunciation of machete. What was that? He wasn't at the job when she was doing her research. Well, that's what anyone does. There is no state press pass or federal press pass or anything. Anyone can issue a press pass. There is no, because we have the freedom of press. You, by just telling your story about what happened on your Facebook, that is your freedom. You are part of that. You're part of that. I truly believe this is a setup because people will be arrested soon. I don't know. What did Mohawk say? The telephone pole is located beside a fire hydrant. So would the fire hydrant be trespassing too? Let's look. Let's look at this. The thing is, for me, I don't understand why it's okay for some to put up flyers, for some to search, and it's not for others. If this is something that, oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Oh, there's also a water meter there, by the way. There's also water lines there as well. Now, let me check something while I'm live. Let's look at something. Enter the. Bear with me, y'all. We'll look at some of that in just a second. Holly, thank you so much, my dear. Really appreciate you. I showed some easements earlier with the county. Let's see what the trespassing laws is. A person commits. This is Tennessee Code Title 39, and always remember, state law trumps county law, right? City law, as it goes up. State law is what really matters at the end of the day, or federal law is above all. Again, I'm not an attorney, not trying to be one, just telling you the best of my knowledge and understanding. Do your own research. Then this is my opinion. That is correct. Yes. County, state, federal. Yes. A person commits criminal trespass if a person enters or remains on property or any portion of property without consent of the owner. Consent may be inferred in the case of the property that is used for commercial activity available. Now, the commercial activity, you could also say, when we think of commercial, we think of commercial businesses, but that could also potentially be utilities, because could be commercial. I don't know. General public, in the case of the property, when the owner has communicated the owner's intent on the property. Consent may be inferred in the case of the property that is used for commercial activity available to the general public in the case of the property when the owner has communicated that the owner's intent that okay. It is a defense to persecution under the section that 1, a person entered or remained on the property that the person reasonably believed to the property for which the owner's consent to enter had been granted. The person's conduct did not substantially interfere with the owner's use of the property. What didn't interfere with that? The person immediately left the property upon request. That's the thing. Right now? Is it live? Hold on, let me check. We'll go. Okay, he's not live. One second. Where's it at? Justin Seth is on Court TV and Tony too. Where at on Court TV? Because I'm there right now and I don't see it. Let me look at the actual website. Oh, yep, here we go. We are going to be going to Court TV, courtesy of Court TV. We love Court TV. That's where we always try to go first. Make sure you get your information from Court TV as well. If my mother chicken thing will work. Okay.
That are in the middle of the trial. We've got a real problem with that, Wayne.
Okay, here we go. We're going to start. It's just been started a minute ago. No, I want to get started.
Crazy grandparents. It's not about any of that.
I want to go backwards.
You're supposed to. That's it.
God bless America. Come on.
Unfortunately, they can put flyers up. They can talk about him in a positive way, regardless of which side of the family they support. Because remember, this is about Sebastian. It's not about Seth. It's not about Tony. It's not about Chris and Katie or any of the crazy grandparents. It's not about any of that. This is about Sebastian. And if you are here for Sebastian, your focus should be Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. That's
Somebody
it.
says yes.
Nothing else.
Absolutely.
He's the one missing. Unfortunately, the judge wanted to sit there and offer his condolences for our loss. My son is missing. I understand that that judge's child passed away, and that made him emotional in this case. Judgment from the judge should have been blind to begin with. He was emotional, and I'm pretty sure my son is lost. He is alive. He is missing. All right, that judge buried their child.
Seth Rogers.
Sebastian is alive.
We're out of time for tonight, but I appreciate it, and we'll stay in contact. Seth Rogers, Tony Mathis. When we come back now,
By the name of Athena. We found out after the court case was over that Chris looked at her and winked at her in the middle of the trial.
Was flirting.
We've got a real problem with that when there's a missing child.
He's supposed to be married.
Yeah.
Val's not doing anything anymore.
So let's talk about this now. There's going to be a lot of people watching right now and say, listen, I want to do something. I want to help. What can they do?
A lot of things, Vinny. They can pray. They can continue to spread awareness. They can put flyers up. They can talk about him in a positive way, regardless of which side of the family they support. Because remember, this is about Sebastian. It's not about Seth. It's not about Tony. It's not about Chris and Katie or any of the crazy grandparents. It's not about any of that. This is about Sebastian. And if you are here for Sebastian, your focus should be Sebastian
Help
Wayne
find
Drake
Sebastian.
Rogers. That's it. Nothing else.
Absolutely.
He's the one missing. Unfortunately, the judge wanted to sit there and offer his condolences for our loss. My son is missing. I understand that that judge's child passed away, and that made him emotional in this case. Judgment from the judge should have been blind to begin with. He was emotional, and I'm pretty sure my son is lost. He is alive. He is missing. All right, that judge buried their child.
Seth Rogers,
Sebastian is alive.
we're out of time for tonight, but I appreciate it, and we'll stay in contact. Seth Rogers, Tony Mathis. When we come back, we'll reveal something else you need to know tonight, plus coming up next hour.
Oh, wow.
How to here on the steps of the
Okay. We'll see. It should be up pretty soon. Who's the woman behind Seth? KP? What do you mean behind Seth?
Unfortunately, the judge wanted to set.
I want to watch it from.
pilot 50.
So at the let's talk about this now. What can there's going to be a lot of people watching right now and say, listen, I want to do something. I want to help. What can they do?
It won't let me go back that far.
They have
It keeps knocking me back.
Join the case.
Let's see if it-
Oliver and Journal 20th. Find script.
We'll see if it'll let us. At Athena. Betty was probably there, but I didn't see anybody. But it might be Tony's wife. She's a sweetheart. She's a good person. Court TV will be right back after these short messages. I want to see if they're going to talk about anything else about Sebastian. That's the... Oh, this is about...
Day. For real this time. Trust me. Trust.
Okay, let's see if it's probably not up yet. Okay, now... There's two videos, but they're the same thing. More. Okay. Oh, they wrote a piece out here. Chris's attorney showed a compilation of Griffin's video, which is a crock of... bleh. You know what I mean? A crock of... in which features her asking her followers to get her information about the feat. In one, she appeared to the family. I've been very calm, very courteous, Griffin said in one clip. I was trying to do my job without making a ruckus. But if you want to push me, honey, I'll come out with a whole pile of ruckus. You guys won't even know what to do. That's not a threat. She's saying if you want to. Where was it? Don't even know what to do. Okay. When she was asked to clarify what that meant, Griffin simply said she meant that she holds all her protest on public property. Griffin attorney Terry Frizzell told the judge, quote, "What I saw here is offensive to me, but I believe Miss Griffin has a right to make those statements as an American citizen," end quote. Judge Blayton disagreed, saying, quote, "Somewhere along the line, this turned into a pursuit to find Sebastian." You're not allowed to sit there and ask questions, as somebody would say, the hard questions, and get an answer, Seth said. Ooh, what's this? An angry Seth Rogers stormed out of the hearing after the order of protection was granted. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Can you imagine being a father and saying, this woman, Betty, is helping me find my son, helping me try to get information whenever the mother won't even speak to me, hasn't, to the best of my knowledge at least, done an interview in 180 days for her son? Yes, Amanda. Yes, Seth was speaking about free speech. Yes, that's exactly right. Saying, this person, I want to speak about my son. You're saying she can't speak about my son? Okay. He spoke to the cameras outside of the courtroom, where he blasted the judge's decision as a blow to free speech. Quote, "You're not allowed to sit there and ask questions, as somebody would say, the hard questions, and get answers," end quote. Seth said, Seth, who is a supporter of BHB, also said he remains suspicious that his ex and her family. Can we get an amen for that? Survey says, I hear you, Seth. Survey says, I hear you. FBI, open up! Mother chicken. Justin, did you see WKRN News 2 Nashville interview? I have not. We're going to play that. We're going to play it. Where he blasted the judge's decision to blow to free speech. You're not. Okay, I already read that part. Seth said, who is a supporter of Griffin's, also said he remained suspicious of his ex and her family. They haven't, quote, "they haven't shed a tear for my son being missing. They haven't looked, and they're doing everything they can to stop my son from being found. And if that doesn't scream guilt, then I don't know what does," end quote. Damn.
Need some milk.
Oh my God!
All right. Griffin is due in next court November 20th for a hearing on charges that she violated the remaining 6 times. Okay. I don't know why they have two different things here. Where was what channel was Seth's interview? Seth is blunt and he tells it like it is.
Tennessee, where a hearing.
See, it's the same thing again, I'm pretty sure.
A voices meeting, yes.
Sebastian matters to me a lot. What certain rights.
Communicated to Christopher Proudfoot.
I do believe I did respond to him at some point in this.
Andrew Griffin.
Okay, yes, it's the same thing, I'm pretty sure. One.
Then what?
I know nothing about how dark it is. And so I.
Christopher.
Same thing. 2 videos, same thing. Then I don't know what the next one exactly is for. I don't know. Seth has been very patient and has taken a lot of I mean, after what we have seen, no wonder he's a little sus. Don't you think? I would be a little sus after that. What was the news? WKRN. WKRN. Thank you so much, Deanna. All right. I want to see. Get up here. 23 hours ago, we saw that. Maybe is it on? Nope. Seth Rogers. Maybe is it on their Facebook? Maybe it's on their Facebook. WKRN on YouTube. It's weird how they put some things on YouTube and some things not. WKRN. Let's go to. Hold on. It's Middle Tennessee. Under videos. Thank you so much. We support Seth. Yes. For sure. God, they dropped a lot of videos. Man who disrupted 2022 Macon County Parade dies in prison. That's crazy. Real Men Wear Pink. 5th annual fitness crawl to fight cancer. That's what I'm screaming. It's got to be from what, yesterday? More than 13 hours ago. Bear with me. Order protection against Bullhorn Betty. We'll try this one first.
Frontier Fiber Internet is here.
Okay,
100% fiber
we'll
powered by the
switch
speed of
thingy. So that's one.
a YouTube.
Mother filed an order of protection against Betty.
Nope, it's not that one.
A month later, True.
Okay, let's do it like this. Seth Rogers, WKRN. Are you sure it's here?
A YouTuber tried.
Go back. I'm so sad that Ethel Kennedy died. I love the Kennedys. I was watching a documentary on her at 3 o'clock this morning. 2 o'clock, maybe. Oh, here it is. Maybe.
For following a break update from the court before a judge, Ron missing teens mom and step.
Okay, that's not it either. Where the hell is it? Justin, I've mailed you the link. Thank you for Jesus to Pete. Ooh, we got a developing crime out of Kentucky coming. What's going on in Kentucky? I'll show it to you in a second. Just show it to you in a second. Okay.
A YouTuber tracking a teen's distance
ran contacted
Mother chicken and her 7 sisters. That's not it. That's not it. Seth is at the end of the video. Question.
Christopher, nor had ever met him.
There's
Gallatin,
nothing.
Caitlin Quisenberry, News 2.
There's nothing here of Seth at all being interviewed.
Order of protection.
Nothing. No. There is a new story out of Kentucky that would be great. Can touch on, but what? There's a new story out of Kentucky. Body parts were found scattered all over a yard, and a lady was cooking her mother's head. We don't know the circumstances that leads up to this and why she would do this. Fox 56. What? That's crazy. Bath salts. What's bath salts? What's What do you mean bath salts? What are Okay, here we go. I tell you, something's in the water in Kentucky. Look at this, y'all. Kentucky woman arrested after dismembered body part found cooked inside oven. Trigger warning. Got about 21 seconds. There is a rug called bath salts. Is that like a slang name or something? Oh, I think I know what you mean now. Okay. 1 second.
The only Lexington station on the scene as police investigated a gruesome discovery, a dead body found at a home in Robertson County. Tonight, Jay Sobardo is at the Bourbon County Detention Center where the suspect is now behind bars.
Andrea, this arrest citation reveals the grisly details of a tragic incident yesterday that left a woman dead. And what police found at the scene is like something you would see out of a horror film. We want to warn you, the information you're about to hear is graphic. Around 12:30 yesterday, Kentucky State Police were called to Briarly Ridge Road in Robertson County, where a caller had found a dismembered body. When officers arrived, they found a body in the backyard with arms, legs, and head severed. The torso was also split and organs were missing. Next to it was a blood-soaked
What?
mattress containing more body parts. With
Oh my God. Thank you, nobody. Thank you, darling. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate you. Nicole is trying to reach you. Who's Nicole? Who's Nicole? Apologize. Don't know who Nicole is. Which
With a
Nicole?
search warrant, police entered the house and found the suspect, Torlina May Fields. She was covered in blood and refused to come out. After using tear gas and a robot to communicate, police took Fields into custody. She's now held at the Bourbon County Regional Detention Center. Inside, police found more body parts cooking in a stainless steel pot in the oven. One of the men who called 911 said Fields had been
What?
casting spells and acting aggressively earlier that day. Fields faces several charges, including obstructing governmental operations, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. Now, the victim in this case has been identified, but authorities are still working to determine the next of kin. Out of respect for the family, we're not releasing that information at this time. In Bourbon County, Jay Sobardo, Fox 56 News.
My
You
phone
get regular
been
checkups on
this
things that are important to you.
insane.
So what's more
One
important than your home
second.
comfort?
What's more important than just be quiet? Leave it alone. Let me check to make sure my All right, call in now. All right. Nicole, you can call in now. Yeah. They haven't released any names, but like, I mean, they had a corpse outside. We're going to find out. And then she had some in the mattress. It keeps saying missed call. I'm going to call you if you don't mind. Hello. You,
Hey, you know who I am. I'm in chat in Brittany's and your chat
yeah,
all the time.
yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
You're live.
So,
Just FYI.
oh my God, I am. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what you're going to want to do is go to WKRN News 2 Nashville. You are on the right page. Under videos.
Oh,
scroll
Seth's
all
interview?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Scroll all the way down.
I got it.
You'll-
Someone just sent it to me.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but yeah, you do know who I am.
Yep. I got you now.
All right.
Thank
All
you,
right,
dear.
thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll go back to that. This is the one with Seth. Okay. I guess I was.
What I heard today is that you're not allowed to have free speech. You're not allowed to sit there and ask questions, as somebody would say, the hard questions, and get an answer. Those are 2 for scared cowards, in my opinion. And
There is a water meter in front of it, cowgirl. Cowgal.
if they're going to try to take away one of my voices, they're going to have to get
The protection order.
Go back to this.
What I heard today is that you're not allowed to have free speech. You're not allowed to sit there and ask questions, as somebody would say, the hard questions, and get an answer. Those are 2 for scared cowards, in my opinion. And if they're going to try to take away one of my voices, they're going to have to get ready for my voice.
I spoke with Christopher after the
Damn.
hearing ended. He did not want to go on camera.
Oh, he didn't? Imagine that. Clip that part.
But I spoke with Christopher after the hearing ended. He did not want to go on camera. I spoke with Christopher after the hearing ended. He did not want to go on camera. I spoke with Christopher after the hearing ended. He did not want to go on camera, but did say that he hopes the focus remains on the search for Sebastian Rogers.
As long as you agree, right? As long as you agree with him. That's, in my opinion, to the best of my knowledge. Shocker, right? Shocker. Shocker. Great job, Jeff. Great job, Jeff. Someone said about this accused of arson, deadly mobile home fire. I'm looking at WKYT, but I don't see. Oh, here we go. I found it. Thank you to whoever recommended this channel. Let's get on it. Come on, guys, hit the
In your
thumbs up,
home comfort,
please.
call Bryant.com with regular
Okay,
maintenance.
wait.
Breakdowns.
One second.
Schedule your preventative maintenance. Just $80.
5, we are bringing you information about a dismembered body that was found in Mount Olivet yesterday. Yeah, we first broke this story to you yesterday here on Fox 19 Now.
I don't want the music
Brittany
to
Harry is
screw my
live at
stuff up.
Kentucky State Police Post 6 with new information for us. Brittany.
You're going to see a picture.
So Kentucky State Police are the lead agency investigating the death of this woman who hasn't been identified at this time, but we do now know, according to court records, that her body was dismembered. Court records actually also reveal that troopers were called to the home by a man who was there on the property to do some work for the homeowner. And we do want to warn you that the details of this story are very disturbing. Right now, 32-year-old Torilina Fields is behind bars in the Bourbon County Jail. Her mugshot is unavailable at this time, but records show she's facing abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and obstructing governmental operations charges.
I cried, and I'm just in shock because I just can't believe it happened, and I can't believe it happened here in this small town.
Court records show when law enforcement arrived at the home on Briarly Ridge Road, they discovered a dismembered body. Court records indicate it appears the victim was dragged outside. KSP troopers also found a wooden stick and 2 bloody mattresses on scene. A woman we spoke to anonymously says she's known the victim a while and last saw her about a month ago.
She was very kind, very giving, just very soft-spoken. Never said a bad word about anyone. You couldn't help but not love her.
Court records say Fields refused to exit the home. Troopers made another disturbing discovery inside. According to court records, human remains were found inside a warm pot in the oven.
I just heard that she shot her, and I did hear that she was dismembered, but upon reading the article, I did not know it was that bad.
The 911 caller says he and another worker were at the home a day before they were scheduled to do some work around the property. The caller says Fields was, quote, casting spells on them and was being confrontational. Court records show Fields is known to the victim and might have had drugs in her system.
It's just unimaginable. It just, like I said in my comment, it makes me sick and it makes me sad at the same time. I just like for everybody to know that she was a great, great woman. I was, like I said, a Christian woman, a giving woman.
And Kentucky State Police say today that they are back on the scene.
Is she saying the person that was unalived was a good woman, a giving woman? Or is she saying the unaliver was?
Just collecting evidence to help them in their investigation. Now, we aren't going to be identifying the victim in this case yet until either state police or the coroner's office does, even though it was mentioned in those court records that I did reveal. But Fields, we know, is in court on October 14th. Of course, we'll be there and we'll let you know what happens in the courtroom. For now, I'm reporting live from Kentucky Post 6, Brittany Harry, Fox 19 Now.
Damn. I'm going to show you a picture of the alleged unaliver who split a person's body opened and stuffed remains in a mattress, and also had the remains in a pot. She's got some scars right there, like some scratches. Those probably are defensive wounds. We've seen defensive wounds before. It was her mother. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my. I have issues with cutting up a chicken to the bone. I mean, Trishy, I hope it was. I hope you can't just be that evil to your mother. Something. She looks young. She looks very young. Here's a little. That's going to be a crazy trial, y'all. We're going to have to follow this. I was thinking you took the words out of my mouth, Arctic. Shabusiness. Yep. From Wisconsin. Can we get off the... What's that? Oogie board? What's that? The stuff makes stuff zombies. She does witchcraft? I don't know. She was casting spells on neighbors. Well, I think... Oh. A Ouija. Okay. I don't even think it's that. I think it's... When people are having mental breakdowns, they will... Ouija boards. They will talk about God. They will talk about government. They will talk about witchcraft. They'll talk about just different things. So aliens, spells, and all of that stuff. So I don't think it's so much of found safe in northern BC. Missing 6-year-old girl found safe in northern BC. Oh, wow. Drugs are bad. Thomas, how are you doing, buddy? You doing better? 1 second. I've never played this channel, so I need to bear with me. Full credit goes to CBS News, CBC Vancouver. Link will be provided in the description. Bear with me. Okay, the link is provided in the description.
A mother embraces her 6-year-old girl found alive and safe after 3 days in the bush.
That's a mother.
Look at our strong baby girl. She's getting shy. Oh, we just wanted to come on here and personally thank everyone.
That
is a mother. That's genuine emotion. God bless them. Thank you, Lord.
Reunion after hundreds flocked to help search for the girl. On Sunday, a search and rescue team was calling out the child's name.
one of our members actually heard a noise, and then we were quiet, and then we heard it again, and one of the members said, "That's a child's voice."
The girl has autism and is mostly nonverbal, but she could make a noise.
She heard us, and then we started calling back to her.
Autism.
And she was calling back to us, and it was amazing.
The girl was shoeless in dense bush about 2 kilometers from her home.
If you're going back there, you're following a game trail or you're hacking your way through.
Her mother's elation tinged with grief for a northern Manitoba family whose ordeal ended much differently.
My heart hurts for the little boy that got lost and didn't get to make it home.
What do you mean? What happened? What did I miss here? Hold on.
Dense bush about. The girl has autism and is mostly nonverbal, but she could make a noise.
She heard us, and then we started calling back to her, and she was calling back to us, and it was amazing.
The girl was shoeless in dense bush about 2 kilometers from her home.
If you're going back there, you're following a game trail or you're hacking your way through.
Her mother's elation tinged with grief for a northern Manitoba family whose ordeal ended much differently.
My heart hurts for the little boy that got lost and didn't get to make it home.
6-year-old Johnson Redhead, also nonverbal, had been missing since Wednesday. His body was found Sunday night in a wooded area about 3 kilometers from his school.
3 kilometers. 3 kilometers.
Moment of silence.
She says when children go missing, the search needs to start sooner. She's convinced the huge and fast response to her own online plea helped bring their child home safe.
Hug your babies tight. It could happen to anyone, and all it takes is just a second.
And they hope others learn from what they went through. Yvette Brenn, CBC News, Vancouver.
All right. God bless her, man. That's so glad. So glad. You see, regardless, they find them. They find them. Whenever she never stopped looking. No, she never stopped looking, number one. And number two, they find him. Anyone see Silver? He fell. He fell? Is he okay? Little girl could only make noises. It's really sad about the little boy, though. No, that's her posting from her phone app that her fridge is out. She isn't home yet. Oh, I didn't think she's home. Sent me a text. Okay, 1 second. Okay. It's only text. Is it supposed to be just text? Okay, this is that house in Kentucky. Wow. Look at this. Total opposite of Candace and Katie. I agree. Casting spells, cooked body parts, daughter accused of dismembering mother's body. This is the home. In Kentucky. Is anyone close to this area? No link. No. Yeah, I hope he's okay too. This is the home where the mother or the person on the left. Mount Ovlet. All of it? All of it? A man who arrived to work on Trudy, Dirty Fields property. Idiot. Property said Fields did not answer the door when he knocked. When he walked, I'm so dumb. When he walked around to the back of the home to find her, he told dispatchers he found a pile of hair that appeared to belong to her, along with blood-stained mattress and drag marks on the grass. The man told dispatchers he followed the drag marks to the backyard, where he found what he believed to be Fields' dismembered remains lying on the grass. Ooh, what's this? Let me see what this is. Let me see here. This is going to be a crazy trial, y'all. Fred. I don't know who that is. Makes me sad because Sebastian isn't found yet, but he will be found. He's going to. We got to keep the faith. We got to keep the faith, y'all.
Care.
We can't stop the faith. But you see, that child was found 3 kilometers away.
After Kentucky State Police found her mother's dismembered body lying behind the Robertson County home. WCPO 9 News reporter Marlena Lang has more details on
Here we
this
go.
shocking crime and a warning to all of you. Some of the details may be disturbing to some viewers.
A dismembered body, drag marks in the grass, multiple body parts and organs in the home, and human body parts that appear to have been cooked.
Okay. Let me read this. Trigger warning. Let me turn this down just a slight bit. I want to read this and see what it says. I get the deets. Advised he last saw Trudy Fields on October 8th. Today's the 11th. At approximately 1830 hours. So it's what, 8:30 p.m.? When she accompanied them down to the property gate and appeared to lock it behind them as they exited. On the same day, Miss Blevins stated Torlina was casting spells on them and was being confrontational. Miss Blevins advised Trudy Fields and I think it's Torlina were the only ones at their residence on October 8, 2024. A search warrant was obtained for the residence, and the Kentucky State Police Special Response Team, also known as SRT, was called to the scene to make an entry into the subject's residence. Upon making entry into the residence, the female subject, Torlina Mary Fields, was the only individual located inside. Torlina refused to exit the residence when multiple commands were given. CS gas was deployed by SRT after multiple volleys and CS gas and conversating with Torlina using a robot. Torlina was removed from the residence without further incident. Torlina appeared to have BLLOD on her face, hands, and clothing. Closer observation of the body reveals the arms, legs, and head had been removed. The torso and spine were severed in half and the organs removed. The mattress lying next to the dismembered body was folded over in half. Upon unfolding the mattresses, multiple body parts were found inside. I guess they went inside and were found inside that appeared to have been cooked inside the oven.
That was the horror Kentucky State Police saw as they entered a home on Briarly Bridge Way in Mount Olivet, Kentucky on Wednesday afternoon.
Around 12:26, I believe, we got a call from a subject in Robertson County stating there's a possible dead body in the backyard of a residence.
According to this KSP report, a man who was about to do work for property owner Trudy Fields made the call to 911. He told officers that he believed the body belonged to Trudy and that her daughter, Torlena Fields, was responsible for her death.
The caller added that he saw Trudy and her daughter just the day before and that Torlena was casting spells and being confrontational.
Tasha, send it to me. This reminds me of S.K. Edmund Kemper. Tasha, you can send it to me.
Found a dead female.
I can do a search on it.
Tried to make contact with somebody at the house. The house was locked up.
I can do a search on it if you need me to.
Troopers also found a bloody mattress near the body, and on the back porch they saw more blood, a blood-stained stick, and another blood-stained mattress.
Ended up getting a search warrant.
Can y'all not hear me about Tasha? Hello? Send it to me. I'll do a search right now. I'll do a search right now.
Warrant for the residents. Our special response team responded to serve that search warrant due to the circumstances surrounding the body and unknown what's in the property in the house.
The report indicates Torlena Fields was the only person in the house when troopers entered and that she refused to leave. They say they had to.
I agree. I think that's what he should. I've said that before. I think that's what he needs
Used
to
tear
file.
gas in order to take her into custody. In the house, police found more body parts and organs, as well as a stainless steel pot in the oven with body parts inside that was still warm to the touch when removed. In Mount Olivet, Marlena Lang, WCPO 9 News.
Thank you, Marlena. Torlena Fields is charged with obstructing governmental operations, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. And the KSP said more charges may be filed pending an investigation. By the way, she is currently being held at the Bourbon County Detention Center.
All right. So there we got that. Does she have my phone number? Great to hear that Seth did. What do you mean? What did he do? Okay, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I mean, you know, you I don't think any parent could think otherwise until they know. You know what I mean? I don't even know if that could go through your head that, ooh, what's this? There is a Family Dollar located near. Why is there not a Dollar General? Beverly Ridge. Not Beverly. Briarly Ridge Road. There should have been a Dollar General. I'm just saying. It won't let me because it's in. You can just type me the state and the number. Yep, Trishy, I think that's, in my opinion, that would be the best thing. Exactly. There should have been a Dollar General. Well, Steve Johnson and Peter Hyatt both said innocent parents do not process their child being deceased sometimes for years. Yep. Yep. It's something that you can't. Steve Johnson said even when their child is, well, I mean, the thing is, right, if you've ever lost someone that sent Link an email, thank you. Oh, let me show you this, y'all. This is, here we go. I got it. Yep. Thank you so much. Is it a white SUV? Let me make myself smaller. What do y'all think? Is that a car? They're driving very slow. Unwavering hope remains because pain is too much. Yes. Was that too? No, you can see it. You can see it's light. Let me try something here. This lightens it up some. Okay, now I'm going to take it over. See if I can lighten it up more. We're going to Canva. Beep, beep, mother chickens. Let's go to presentation. Bear with me, please. It definitely seems light. Let me turn it on the, first of all, make sure you turn it on to the best. I want it at least on that. Make sure your settings are turned on the best, like the megapixels or whatever the hell they are. As well. I don't know where this is from. I've seen this before. Somewhere. Let me get a couple snippets of it, and then we'll go to Canva. Gonna save that. Oh, maybe that was it. Let me try. Oh, shit. Huh. I don't think that's an SUV. If it is, it's a very small SUV. This looks more car related to me. Oh, it might be a little SUV. We'll have to see. What do y'all think? I think that's probably going to be the best one right there. What do y'all think? It's definitely a light color. Definitely a light color. We're going to do pictures and then we'll do video. All right. I'm going to text this. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely white. Make and model is on the comment per Tasha Justin. Make and model. All comments. You're not the only one who has been followed the white car. CJ as well as the other locals. For replies, do they have a picture or video that can be compared? Yes, I remember CJ was followed, but the same type of vehicle. Do not turn it into Sumner County or the police get a hold of Dog and his team. They are corrupt there. Turn it into the FBI. That's the best thing. Turn it straight to the FBI as well. Does anyone know CJ or the You could usually look up the license plate number and get the name of the person and the vehicle is registered to. What's this? What the hell? Okay. Tennessee tags personal LP and begin with either 715 or 751. After attending court in support of Seth Andrea and Tony, and most of all Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, this what looks to be a white Toyota Highlander creeped past my house yesterday at dusk and then again about a half an hour ago. I live in a cul-de-sac and it is very obvious when I walked out with my massive Dane, they sped up. Where was this at? Must be this stupid but trying to intimidate you. Who is I'm not trying to be rude, but do we know who Aaron is? Do we know who he is? I'm going to look at the FBI, TBI, law enforcement. No one has been caring about finding this child for months. I think the FBI does. I think the TBI does too, but I think also, you have to really I always think it's does he have more? I want to check on some stuff here. It's definitely a light colored vehicle. think this is probably the best one so far, which is still not that great. But let's see. See, I think it's a car. It might be a little SUV, but I think that's a car. Let's see here. I'll enlarge it for you guys in just a second. What do y'all think? I don't know where this is. It's white because when it goes to like the trellis or whatever, you can see that it's a white. Yeah, I mean it could be like a light gray. I'm pretty sure some sort of small SUV. I've got other pictures we'll go through as well. Just bear with me. Yeah. X Pro Plus. Huh. Yeah, it's like a little SUV or might be a car or crossover as well. We'll look at some other stuff here. Let me make it smaller. Sometimes you can see it better if it's smaller. I have to do a video of it. Sometimes if I take time and I overlap them, you can start to get a feel about what it is. All right, let's try something else. 1 second. I don't think this one's going to work at all. It's not going to work. This one might work more. Oh, yeah, this one's better. Better for sure. For sure. I don't know, y'all. Lightish, but not white is my guess. Well, look at this. Let's go back to the video. Seth, is Seth in here? Hey, Seth. Look at this when it goes like right through here. and make it as big as possible. Look at here. You're going to look right. If you got a phone, you can zoom. It's a light color of some sort. Right here. It's a white, a silver. You can really tell right there. Hmm. That might be a good screenshot. It's definitely a lighter color. Let's do the video now. Let's see if we can lighten the video up. We'll see if we can lighten the video up. Maybe HHR. Do new. So we're gonna snip this part. Oh damn. 1 second. Let's go back. We're gonna snip, snippy snip right here. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. But they was slowing down right there for sure, for sure. All right. Now let's save this. Who this? Is what we're gonna name it. Who dis? Now we'll see if we can lighten it up. How many thumbs up do we have, y'all? Mods. Let me know how many thumbs up we got. All right. Let me show you. B said 2009 Highlander. Justin is doing way more than the. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm working. Come on, guys. 632, 627. Come on. I have been working. Get that thumbs up, please. Let's see what we can do here. Let's do it regular. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm going to turn the lights out behind me so I can see better. Sometimes you can see so much better if you are in the dark. This is, look how long the headlights are. All right, now we're going to try to do it with some filters. Is what we will do. This one did really good. Let's see if we can do. Yep, it's definitely an SUV. 1,000%. 1,000% an SUV. I can tell now for sure. Definitely an SUV. You can see how it goes up right here. 1,000% an SUV. 1,000%. You can see the wheels right here. I'll do this one more time. I'm going to try another filter. Yep. This looks like lights are very high on the top. Let's try another one. It looks like a soul in a way, you think so? Yeah, I can do another filter. This is, let me just see something here. Just see. That's way too green. Way too green. All right, now let's try. Let's try this. How about those lights? Hmm. You can see the top of it right here. You can see the windshield. It's definitely an SUV of some sort. I would say small to mid-size SUV for sure. You see that? SUV, the back is raised above the front. You think it's an Equinox? Okay. They were certainly looking for something. Hold on. Right here. What's that? What is that? Hold on. Damn it. Very bizarre. That tail light. All right, let me try another filter. Warm. Dark. Summertime makes me feel fine. Check something. So weird. You see how the lights up here? I think that's like above the glass. It could be a Mitsubishi. You might be right on that. You might be right on that one. Mitsubishi could be something like that. Ah, thank you, Lulu. Remember the curve in the car you were trying to match an Equinox has the towards the back. I don't think this is boxy. A damn tail light. If I make it smaller, sometimes you just do the weirdest things and you can see it the best. It's so bizarre. Damn. What is it? It is not a Nissan Juke. Nicole, that's a very... What did Nicole say? I like when people say, that's a very interesting thought. Could this maybe be Nick and Dog's team looking into things? Oh, no. Isn't Nick in jail? They said. CJ, I believe, mentioned it, maybe. 2011 Ford Edge. I think it's newer than that, in my opinion, but we'll look it up. 2011 Ford. You could be right. Yeah. See, yeah, you're right. Ford Edge, something like that. That's, I think yeah, Mohawk. Yeah. But they still make edges, don't they? That's kind of what the side, like the what I'm getting at. I feel like I'm getting at I'm sitting in the dark. Eekly. But I don't know about the back though. You know? I don't know what the back looks like. Nick's in jail. That's what the bad actors were saying that he was. So I just go with it. Right? Why not? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, we did summer. Ooh, selfie might be a good one. I wish I had like a magnifying glass. I always do it like medium. That's horrible. Okay. I think this one's horrible too. Oh, I need to make myself smaller. What do y'all think? 2009 GMC Acadia. Nick is not in jail. Shh. TF. Shh. Maybe he is. He might be. You never know. The photo from Don B. White vehicle. What's the Don B. White vehicle? I can see it being Acadia. Yep. Let me show you this, y'all. I could see it being this. Let's see. What do y'all think about that? Older one, maybe. What I don't understand is how can he see three of the where the license plate is, but he can't make out the car. Maybe I'm missing something. They are may have driven to Don B's home. Sharon, don't give up. I feel like giving up every day. Not every day, but recap. So who, what is this? I don't know. That's why I can't recap. See, I don't think it's box shape. So there is a video that is out that was posted by on Justice for Sebastian Rogers, Aaron Courtner. Anyone recognize this white SUV? The tags were Tennessee Tags personal license plate and began with either 715 or 751. After attending court in support of Seth, Andrea, and most of all Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, this, what looks to be A white Toyota Highlander creeped past my house yesterday at dusk, and then again about a half an hour ago. I live in a cul-de-sac, and it was very obvious. When I walked out with my massive Dane, they sped up. And then we have this video. Can someone tell me who's Aaron? Ford Escape or Escape, as isn't that what in Finding Nemo? Escape. I don't know either, Ginger, to be honest with you. Sandwich, that's what I was just reading. This creeped up by his house. Have you seen the new Santa Fe's? They are the rear, like the back of them, they're so ugly. The back end. Sides and the front's fine. Oh, searches with Terry Lynn. Yes, it's smaller than a minivan, I would say. Sandwich, who is what person in this car passing by? I have no idea. Who is this person that posted it? I don't know, but they were in support of Betty and them yesterday. This human being posted this video. Posted this video of a car going by a vehicle of some sort. Anyone recognize this white SUV? Make sure my mic is on. It is. The tags were Tennessee tags, personal license plate, and began with either 715 or 751. After attending court in support of Seth, Andrea, Tony, and most of all, Sebastian Wayne, Drake Rogers, this, what looks to be like a white Toyota Highlander, creeped past my house yesterday at dusk, and then again about a half an hour ago. I live in a cul-de-sac, and it was very obvious. When I walked out with my massive Dane, they sped up. That's all we know. There's lights. I like the lights above. I have a 2022 Edge. It looks like that's a little Toyota Highlander. It is. Yeah, the FBI is the first place, in my opinion. Just go straight to the top. Straight to the top. Because he's fake as press on nails, Thomas, in my opinion. And do they want us to help them if we do have no idea who they are? Well, they just want to know if anyone knows anyone with a vehicle kind of sort of around like this. I don't know. I feel this was posted right after the first court hearing too, though. I could swear it. Strange. Hmm. If CP is auditioning for a role of an asshole, he got the part. You know what? I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. I have a 2023 Toyota Highlander. I can do a nighttime video and see. I don't know. You know, I think the thing about it is it's really hard. Like, if the quality is not good to begin with, you can only, even the FBI can only do so much. And that really stinks. Try using your phone as a magnet. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. A lot of people are saying Ford Escape or an Edge. I'm in the red light district, I know. Nicole, I'm shocked he didn't say it. What? They didn't say crystal clear? Crystal light? I got a thing with crystals. You just have a phone call. I think it's a very light colored SUV. Love the pink lights. Can this lady zoom in on her video? I don't know. I truly don't. Let me look at something here. Ashton Kutcher's girlfriend was unalived in 2001. So why is her story being resurfaced now? Oh, I don't believe Ashton did that, if that's what they're trying to say. I don't think so. Look at this. God, the qualities on this is terrible. Are all those junk cars? Hold on. Are these junk cars? Ooh. Damn. Ashton is next. You think so? Mohawk. Do we know what that trailer looked like? Oh no, a tower. It's a water tower. There's a trailer there. I don't know what that is. We gotta go back over here. There's a trailer there. BJ's Tree Service and Roofing. The trim around their trailer window is black. No. I don't mean that trailer. I mean the little trailer here. The little trailer. Okay, someone's blowing up my phone. Okay. Thank you for that. Sarah Lynn Silver's water towers have been mentioned before. There's water towers everywhere, though, I feel. Holly, chin up, Buttercup. Chin up. Chin up. Yes, Justin, send the pic and where it is. Someone sent this to me. And this is interesting area development. Let's look around, shall we? I just see no parking. BJ's tree service. Let's look and see if there's anything in that area. BJ's tree service and roofing. Service. That's a combination. Right? You. Good for them. Good for them. All right. So this is. I don't know why they sent this to me. But let me just show you. Looks like the images Mandy had. Ashton Kutcher. Oh. Okay. I see why that's okay. Never mind. Probably need to get out of that. Look at that later by myself. I didn't know it was right there. I see why they sent that to me now. Okay, let's get on down the highway. I did not know anything about this. Elisa, yeah, you see it? Did you see it? Mohawk, do you know what it is? Yes, troopers. Ashton was married to Demi Moore. Yeah. Mag 50. I'm so sorry I missed you, my dear. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate that. What is your thoughts on the current deadline here? I don't really think anything about it, to be quite honest with you. I think it's pretty much, in my opinion, it's just a waste. Somebody blurred something out here. That's weird. Why is it blurred right there? But right here it's not. I don't understand. Oh, it might be on the other side that it's blurred. What's that? Jamil? Someone just sent me this link and I just clicked on it. I didn't understand why I was here. But is this a, what is this place? That's a big industrial stuff. Packaging Corporation. Ooh. This is very interesting, if you ask me. Seth, I saw you tonight on TV on Vinny P. Oh, let's see if it's on there yet. Please think before you speak. Content. Yes. Thank you. The only girlfriend Ashton Kutcher was Brittany Murphy that married. No, Ashton, he has he had a girlfriend die when he first came to Hollywood. Like literally when he first came to Hollywood. And he went to go pick her up. And she died. Like she was dead. Like she didn't answer the door, I don't think. Jinja, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Coming soon to a theater near you. The Bull Chronicles of a sadistic mother clucking mullet chicken cereal matrimonist. That's amazing.
Order in the judge room.
Order in the judge room.
My name is Justin, and I'm really, really awesome.
I like that. She was unalive by a stalker. Yes. Yeah, it had nothing to do with, I want to make that clear. It's had nothing to do with Mr. Ashton. Had nothing to do with Ashton. But I don't know why it's coming back. They made a movie on it? Interesting. Let's go to court. Let me see if they put it on Court TV yet. Seth's interview. With Vinnie Politan, who we love. Sarah Boone's try. Oh, they're already covering. Oh, gal. What's her name? From, we just talked about Toralina. 18-year-old. Oh, I've not heard about this case. Have y'all heard about this? Look at this. Guys, can we get the thumbs up, please?
Columbus, Ohio. Blythe has been missing since October. Please take a look at your television screens, folks. We have a missing child tonight who needs your help. This is Blythe Samuel Triplett, 18 years old, missing from Columbus, Ohio. Blythe has been missing since October the 2nd. If you see Blythe, make the call, make a difference. 911, 1-800-THE-LOST, or you can call the Franklin County Sheriff's Office in Ohio. The number's on the screen. Don't go anywhere. We've got another hour of live true crime. Vinnie Politan Investigates is next. In the meantime, please don't forget to hug the kids.
I love Vinny. He's such a good guy. Such a good guy. Don't forget to hug the kids. CP was on, and he in gray was saying CP thought Sebastian was 24 miles away, but no actual direction. When did he go on there? Now I know he was on a panel. Yeah, I was asking about a white vehicle the other day as well, but there was one that I think a lot of us have been interested in. But I think he said he was talking about the time that, you know, he could have walked, what was it, a couple miles an hour. That was quite a, well, Taylor, they're pretty similar if you ask me. If you ask me. Let's see your court TV. See if Seth's interview is out yet. Is that it, or is it? Let's go to, let me just type in Seth Rogers. April 4th, 2024. No. October. Type in Sebastian Rogers. Ooh, why they got video? Sebastian Rogers was. I did not know that they did this. I need to see this, guys. Hold on. Never seen this. This is with Nina. Where's? One second. Let me get this.
Tennessee, there is an unsolved mystery.
I want to find where Nina is.
School. Reason. Father communicated with Seth Rogers. He talked about that.
I've not
and
seen this.
And it seems that there was some level of an agreement between Seth and Chris that Sebastian should not be in that house with Chris and Katie.
What was the agreement? What was the agreement, y'all? I think there was some sort of, I feel like there was agreement or understanding. Okay, I'll look for the one on YouTube.
His mother and stepfather.
I didn't see it there, though.
So let's take a listen to that part of my interview.
Most of my discussions were actually taken care with Chris. And Sebastian was supposed to come live with me. Chris was working on Katie, on getting her to agree to it. And all I wanted was my son to come live with me.
So if Chris is working on Katie, that means
I think, in my opinion, Chris was working on everybody.
Chris is in agreement that Sebastian should not be in that house. Now, why he wants him out, I think there's a couple things we can talk about here, but I think the takeaway there is, if you take Seth Rogers at his word, no reason not to. These two men, the father and stepfather, communicating and agreeing, okay. But
I want to find, okay, not that.
Generally what you talked about, and then we're going to play a clip from that interview. Give us a little,
this is with Trevor. This is what I want.
that interview. Give us a little background.
Yeah, Vinny. So Nina Gomez is Chris Proudfoot's ex-wife, and they share a child together. Faith is her name, and she's about 7 years old. And so she came forward to me asking to tell her story, and she kind of just broke down the timeline and events from their marriage, including issues with custody and family issues and things of that nature.
Okay, and she's in Albuquerque, New Mexico now? She's not in Tennessee?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Darlin.
So with that in mind, they have a shared child,
see
custody,
you.
always an issue. Let's take a listen to some of Trevor Lee's interview with Nina Gomez, Chris Proudfoot's ex-wife.
He's been filing for full custody, Christopher, for about 1 year to 2 years now, if I recall. A lot of this stuff is just, it doesn't make sense to me. He's made a mess.
In my opinion, in multiple.
He tells people that I'm unstable, that I need a psychiatric evaluation.
What is it? You notice how he, in my opinion, to my understanding, allegedly, how he downgrades everyone.
That I'm, that I'm pretty much crazy. It's like back and forth. It's like a game to Christopher. With Christopher dangles over my head as if she's like some kind of toy to be played with. She's not a toy. She's a little girl that has feelings and strong feelings. We can't help the fact that Christopher decided to move to Tennessee.
You can tell she's just broken.
He chose that for himself. I've never known of a person that lives in a whole different state and still dictates what you can and can't do to the other parent. He had a choice to live here. He was actually told to move here by the judge. We were supposed to go to trial March 5th, I believe it was.
Listen to this.
He calls me.
Listen.
That Wednesday. And he's like, and I was like, oh, great. He's calling. So I went straight to voicemail. And then he had said 911. Call me. So then I was like, well, it must be emergency. So let me call him. I called him. And I said, what's up, Chris? And he was like, he's like, Nina, I gotta tell you something. And I was like, and in my...
Now remember, at this point, this is Wednesday. Sebastian hasn't even been missing 72 hours.
I'm thinking, okay, he's going to tell me that the trial, we're not going to go to trial, that everything is going to be done with, and we...
Right, Mohawk, yet he fails to call 911 when Sebastian is missing, but he writes 911 otherwise, right?
He's calling, so I went straight to voicemail. And then he had said 911. Call me. So then I was like, well, it must be emergency. So let me call him. I called him and I said, what's up, Chris? And he was like, he's like, Nina, I gotta tell you something. And I was like, and in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna tell me that the trial, we're not gonna go to trial, that everything is gonna be done with, and we don't need to worry, and we can, we don't need to do all this stuff. That's what I'm thinking. And then he tells me I got to be open and honest with you.
Skating for over 45 years has taken a toll on my
Open
body.
and
I take
honest.
Cunol.
Open and honest. Okay. We'll see. Hold on, a 30-second commercial. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. YouTuber, he put 911 in his text. Her to call right away. Yes, but doesn't call 911. The bypasses it, she says. Bypasses it. Because that's what not normal people do, is not bypass. They just call. Listen.
And then he pauses like for 6 or 7 seconds, and I'm like, what? I was like, what? What do you have to tell me? So then at that point in time, he tells me that Sebastian went missing.
I was wondering where
And
you was looking for this.
I was speechless. I have to say, I was speechless. And then I went into saying, well, what happened? Like,
Right, Vic.
how did he go missing? Like, what happened? And he said, well, he went missing between 12:30 and 6 a.m. And I'm like, it's
Hold on,
thinking
what?
to myself, and then what happened? And he said, well, he went missing between 12:30 and 6 a.m. And I'm like, it's thinking to myself, and then,
12:30 and 6 a.m.?
like,
12:30?
how did he go missing? Like, what happened? And he said, well, he went missing between 12:30 and 6 a.m. And I'm like, it's thinking to myself, and then, like, that's crazy. And I said, don't you have security cameras, Christopher? I said,
All right, Trevor, I didn't know any about this, that he's in the midst of a custody battle for his daughter, and in the middle of a custody battle just before a trial date, the child that's living in his house.
Don't you have cameras, Christopher? Heck.
Which is Sebastian goes missing. The timing of this is jaw-dropping.
Absolutely. And I think that's what drew so many people to the knowledge of the custody case, is because of how active it is, and the fact that so many key dates were coming up at the same time that Sebastian disappeared.
Lots of key dates.
Gray, as you think about this, in trying to understand what happened, from my perspective, it's like a child doesn't just disappear. There has to be.
Mohawk says CP told her between 12 to 12:30 and 6 a.m. He made sure to tell her it was on the Monday and not the Sunday. I wonder why. I personally believe he went missing on Sunday night.
Something that
maybe not missing, but maybe I think something happened.
Triggers either the child to leave or something to happen to the child. And this is an indication from this perspective that there are things happening in the adults' lives surrounding Sebastian. And it seems like there is some tension in the air here.
Yeah, the case is so messy right now. I mean, you have this kid that just apparently disappears. Sebastian just disappears out of thin air, but we know that doesn't happen.
I don't think so.
You can come up with all kinds of theories. Did something happen at home, and then Chris is helping, make that go away, or did Chris do something, and to try to take away from I guess now we can say from this hearing, to maybe delay it or something? Or did Sebastian leave because he wanted to be with his dad? The dad, they were trying to arrange it where he would be.
They said the P-Feet said there's not a time where if he wanted to go to his father's that he could not go. So, and he's at work.
Be with him.
And all he had to do was call.
So
he had a good day.
Maybe Sebastian just took off and went with him. I mean, you can come up with a million different theories here.
Not logical.
Yeah, anytime you have dates associated with something happening, you see this a lot in custody battles in court where a woman goes missing a week prior to a court hearing, and then it's almost usually somebody related to the opposite side in the hearing who's responsible.
Yeah, we have a case. We have a case almost exactly like this, Gray. Ashley Benefield down in Florida. There's a big hearing coming up in court, and a couple of days before that hearing, she shoots and kills her husband, who she's in this battle with, and is claiming self-defense.
I need to look that up.
But she concedes that she shot and killed him. But it's exactly what you're saying. It's related to a date. So, Trevor, in this conversation with Nina, and this lasted about, 2 hours you were speaking with her. It's fascinating. Everyone needs to check it out after the show here. After the show, Trevor, we always do that. After the show, people can watch your stream because it's amazing. But what was your takeaway about the relationship between Nina and Chris, and how bad was it?
Yeah, and just like you had opened up with Vinny, I mean, every split gets ugly. You get messy with that. That's not unheard of. But some of the stories in there were jaw-dropping. Just hearing some of the things that she's gone through, and that that Chris or his even his family, as she included sometimes, have reportedly put her through over these years. It was a lot to take in.
All right, our true crime live streamers staying with us. We're going to hear more about Chris Proudfoot and his ex. We're going to bring in some more experts. Plus, coming up next hour.
Came out from San Diego. So he came out from San Diego, rented a U-Haul, packed all our stuff, and we pretty much left. That's how I ended up in Hendersonville, Tennessee.
He just moved them all out.
That's when my whole life changed. That's when my nightmare happened.
That's Nina Gomez. She is the ex-wife of Sebastian Rogers' stepfather. She's apparently in a custody battle with Chris Proudfoot, who is Sebastian Rogers' stepfather. And she spoke to Trev Time on YouTube. Trevor Lee is the host of that. I want to play a little more of this because as she gets into these
this has got a lot of good clips on it.
Details, you learn a little bit more about the adults who are in the world of this missing boy, Sebastian Rogers. Let's watch.
I thought everything was great in the beginning. I mean, everything's always perfect, like I said. And then I started seeing bits and pieces of how Christopher really was. I was a stay-at-home wife. Due to my son being so young, I wanted to, enjoy those years with him.
Tell us, girl.
And then my daughter went to school right down the street. So I was home every single day. And it just started seeing like Christopher change like night and day. It was awkward. I felt really uncomfortable. After a while, we would argue about just the smallest things. And a lot of it also had to do with how he disciplined my children. And as time went on, like I could see him getting more.
You hear that? And I think one of the things that Miss KK, or he said about Miss KK, he said when throwing the stuff out before, she stopped me a couple times, or a time or two, something like that.
More aggressive and more aggressive. And I stood up for my kids all the time. I didn't like how he, like I said, how he talked to them, how he wanted them to stand in the corner all the time. And I didn't like that. So I stayed a little bit longer. I ended up eventually getting pregnant with. I remember telling him that I was pregnant, and he wasn't happy about it. So I called my parents back home here in Albuquerque, and I said, well, Christopher wants me to get an abortion with. And my parents said, no, you're not. And I
Yes,
said,
Lolo, yes.
I'm not. We left again after a couple days. We came home to Albuquerque, and still I tried working it out where we were at, but it just wasn't working. I wanted out. And
Very true.
I had on my own. Ended up going back into the NICU. She ended up getting jaundice, and she went back to the NICU. So she was in the NICU, I want to say, for a week to a week and a half. And that was when Kathy, Chris's mother, came out, flew down with her brother, Duran guy, or they call him Big D. They came down, and she was in the NICU. And that was when I felt like a plan was made, because like I said, our marriages it was on the rocks. And one of my neighbors had told me in San Diego, they had warned me, they had said, Nina, be careful, because Christopher is coming up with a plan with his mother. And they're planning on taking the baby away from you.
Okay, please stop with the Trevor stuff in chat. Please stop with the Trevor stuff in chat. Move along.
And I hear a knock at the door. And I was like, oh, great, is home. And it was Kathy's friend, Patty, that's an attorney.
Everyone can just have their opinion.
And she said, you called me by my real name, Gomez? And I was like, yeah. And she said, you've been served. She said, you have a
I feel so sorry for her
order
here.
against you. You can't see.
So just for clarity, when you hear the beeps, she's not cursing. She's saying the name of her daughter, and we're trying to not publicize the name of her daughter because she's a minor. And there you see that at some point, again, a battle for custody by Chris Proudfoot for their child. She eventually regains or gets custody after going to court, after being served in court. She's in Albuquerque with the child, and apparently there must be some shared type of agreement, because we believe that the daughter has been in Tennessee with her father as well. It's complicated, right? Very complicated. The worlds of the adults around Sebastian Rogers. Still with me, Trevor Lee, who did that interview, and Gray Hughes, our true crime. Start with you. In a situation and where a parent comes in, and now you're a step parent, your new spouse has children. That issue of disciplining your spouse's children, your stepchildren, is always, it seems to me, a very precarious spot.
Ding, 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 Holly. Yes. common denominator.
And it seems in this case that Nina, the mother, really upset with Chris and how he is disciplining the children.
Almost universally, when I deal with families that are blended families,
Oh, that's the
discipline
black
is one of
swan?
the top issues. So it's no surprise to hear that come up. I'm curious more specifically what the punishments and disciplines were that were upsetting to her, but it in no way surprises me that that was a point of contention.
Trevor Lee, did you get into, were there more details about the nature of this discipline?
Yeah, so she kind of touched on that, talked about, of course, making the children go stand in the corner. She did speak about him telling her 3-year-old child that he needs to, I believe, man up is the way she worded it. There was spanking at young age and things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah, allegedly, she alleges that at 3 years old, he needed to man up. What the hell?
Hey, John, I got your info. Does that help at all?
Sure. There certainly sounds like that was a more intense, more militant style of discipline.
Yeah.
If you're not somebody who believes or ascribes to that type of discipline, like I don't, I know many people that don't, it's very upsetting. It would be very upsetting for me to have someone come and try to raise my kids that way. So I'm imagining that you become very protective of your kids if someone's trying to raise them in a way that you just fundamentally disagree with.
And we have to remember the situation with Sebastian. He's a stepchild of Chris Proudfoot's as well. Jennifer Brandt, you're in the middle of this all the time. This is the profession that you've chosen, right? Let me ask you this, though.
I wonder why some days, Vinny. I wonder why.
Exactly. So Chris Proudfoot is in a custody battle. He's in one state. The child is in another state. And a child who was in his home is now missing. So how does all that sort of play off of one another? How is that going to impact? Like, he wants his daughter to live with him, but the stepchild who was in his house is vanished. Like, how does all that impact each other?
Skating for over 45 years has taken a toll on my body. I take Cunol turmeric because
They like to advertise their turmeric. They really do. One second, y'all.
Obviously very, very damaging to his custody case that a child that was living in his home goes missing. So under suspicious circumstances, I mean, we don't know what happened. Like you said,
Under very suspicious circumstances, in my opinion, at least, as well.
something happened to him, but we don't know what. And for him to want to then try to have his own biological child come live with him, you know, I think a court would probably be somewhat reluctant about that with all of this going on, and especially with all the publicity. So it certainly gives the mother, the biological mother, an advantage in this particular custody fight, given the circumstances.
Yeah. So, Gray, as we look at, again, the world of the adults in Sebastian's life, if Chris Proudfoot wanted his daughter to live with him, this is like the worst thing that could happen. One of the worst things that could happen, Gray.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's probably just thinking to himself, you know, he's not going to be able to have custody of the daughter. And I wonder if there's a lot of times it seems like financial issues are a big part of other cases like this. But I guess in this case, you have to always couch it with law enforcement saying that they haven't been able to find anything nefarious on the part of the parents, and they have their phones and everything, and they've looked through it all. So you got to always remember that in the background, that it seems like in this.
We don't know that. We don't know what they found or not found.
Case,
but they have said that they, how did they say it? That there's no evidence of foul play, but that's what they say for everything. And that doesn't mean we can't have a different opinion.
We have Katie and Chris bad, Seth good. You know, so everybody, no
I agree with that. I agree with that.
matter what Seth has done in the past, everybody.
Well, nothing has happened in his home twice.
Looks at it with the rose-colored glasses, and then everybody that looks at Katie and Chris look at everything that they do negatively.
No, it just happened in their home.
And so I think everybody has to kind of look at it. You know, this could be one of those cases where it's just a really bad situation.
It is a really bad situation.
And that Sebastian literally just walked away.
Find a scent, find a camera, find some.
Left on his own, and then something happened. I mean, that really could be the case. I mean, and that's the weird thing. We've had many cases out there where parents look guilty. They didn't do all the things that everybody in the public wanted them to do. And it turns out.
Haven't seen one that didn't search.
At the end, like Cleo Smith in Australia.
We know what normal
You
is.
remember that? Everybody was bashing the parents, and she was abducted from a tent at a campground, and everybody thought the parents had something to do with it.
They were active in
And
there.
it turns out that literally somebody abducted her from the tent, and they found the girl, you know, back in a town south. And so, you know, we have a lot of people that are constantly
and they found her
going after the Proudfoot foots. I don't know if you say feet when you're saying plural.
Plural, right? But Gray, you're making a great point here, because and I think what we flushed out here is that for Chris Proudfoot, who's in a custody battle to try to get his daughter, he's in a much worse position now, which would give him zero incentive to do anything to harm Sebastian. Okay, everyone stay where you are. We have great minds with us tonight. When we come back, though, we're going to talk. And that's Seth Rogers on our show.
Something has happened to my son under her watch. And once again, she wasn't being an adult. She wasn't being a parent taking care of an autistic child.
And that's Seth Rogers
Bingo.
on our show talking about his ex, Katie, and how he's unhappy with the way that he was parenting, unhappy with the way she was parenting their son. Now, their breakup was like, they're always messy, right? So there were allegations by Katie against Seth. And what we have, we tracked down from the courthouse out in San Diego some of the information from that court filing for the dissolution of marriage between Katie and Seth Rogers. This is from February 2016. And this is the response of Seth Rogers to the allegations of domestic abuse. So she's accusing him. Katie's request for a restraining order is based upon the following. I was, quote, highly aggressive in my mannerism, and I cursed and yelled at her, not a basis for a restraining order under the facts. I was very angry, yelling, and our son said, Daddy hit me, not a basis for a restraining order under the facts. I've yelled at her and our son and slammed a door, breaking it, not a basis for a restraining order under the fact.
Well, these were unfounded. Unfounded, and it went to custody, went to both of them.
It just depends on the case. I mean, it is serious. When you make these allegations, a protection order or a restraining order is meant to protect a person from an abuser, and it is serious. And if anyone is experiencing any kind of domestic violence, we advise them regularly, call the police, get a restraining order, take action. Don't let this happen to you. But unfortunately, in some instances, they also can be somewhat strategic.
Strategic, that's for sure.
In that people use them and abuse these types of restraining orders
Not the
to
truth.
get their spouse out of the house, to get them thrown
Or
out of the house, to get them away, to get an advantage in a
Other-
custody matter. So there are certain times when people make allegations that aren't, in
Yep.
fact, absolutely true. And it's up for a court and through a hearing to determine the veracity of the allegations and whether or not the person asking for the restraining order ultimately receives it. So
If the judge believes the allegations, then, I mean, action is taken. And
usually, yes.
usually, okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
John Paul Garrison, let me ask you about these things are we keep saying messy. That's the best way to describe them and the allegations. But here we're talking about a 15-year-old. He's now 15, but he's a young boy with autism. And in the middle of all of this, what impact can that have on the child when mom and dad aren't seeing eye to eye on how you should be raised and you're going from house to house, back and forth? What does that do to the mind of a child, and specifically here, a child with autism?
Any child is going to struggle with this. Particularly adolescents seem to struggle the most with it, oddly enough. But a child with autism is going to have a difficult time regulating their emotions. So when you have an intensity like this, if you have a contentious divorce, you're going to have a child who potentially doesn't know how to react. And so that can lead to all sorts of unexplained behavior or self-injurious behaviors, running away. There's all sorts of things that certainly could be involved.
Let's talk about running away.
A child with autism.
Let's talk about running away. If you're a child like Sebastian in a shared sort of custody arrangement, primary custody with mom, and do you see it as potentially like this child could say, hey, I don't want to be here. I want to be with dad, or I want to get away. And in the
Bridget, that is illegal. That is illegal.
middle of the night, would just walk out the door.
No.
That wouldn't shock me, because one of the most important things about the human condition is that we are built to survive. And when we feel stuck, we try to escape. So it wouldn't be shocking if he indeed did try to escape, or if he left. What would be shocking is if he didn't tell anybody. I would be very surprised if he was planning on doing that and didn't tell a single person. I don't.
Sebastian had no problem with talking at people at school. That's where he felt safe, in my
know
opinion.
How much social contact he had, unless he just didn't really have any. But I would think he would have told someone. So I feel like somebody must know something.
He had a good
Gray
day.
Hughes, looking at this scenario, right? This is there is tension between mom and dad, stepdad. There is some tension between him and his ex. He has a daughter that he wants to live in that house full time. There is a lot going on here.
Oh man, that's the thing, is like when you try to work through cases, you try to put all the facts together and come up with a reasonable scenario. But this case here has almost zero facts after we know that, what Katie says, that he, at 10 o'clock, there was a thud sound in the room and they had an exchange of words back and forth. And then she gets up in the morning and he's gone. So what happens to him after that? So I think a lot of times in cases like this, when you don't have a lot of facts to go on, the boogeyman is invented, right? So then you come up with, like, Katie and Chris, they did something.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off. I am getting a little tired. I'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Rules for thee, but not for me, person. Yes. I've been on a long ass time today. So I love you all. Appreciate you. Thank you all so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Probably around 3-ish. And I will have 2 lives tomorrow. My son is here visiting, doing ancestor stuff. Oh, I like that. Love you guys too, my dears. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, why not? Come on, hit the thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Love you all. Thank you to mods, members, people who donated, people who chatted in here, all of the above. Love you all, truly. Oh, hold on. We got Lolo. Happy birthday. Who else's birthday is it? Get your ass back here, Lolo. I need to sing happy birthday to Lolo. Who else? Who else? Who else? Whose else's birthday? Okay, gotcha. All right, this is my rendition of Happy Birthday, Mr. President, that the late, great Marilyn Monroe sang to JFK many moons ago. You're getting the sultry one with the lights low. It's a little dark in here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lolo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Pooh Bear, now you tell me. Now you tell me. I'm going to do it again. Any other birthday, speak now, forever hold your peace. I'm telling you right now. I told Pooh Bear I would sing. Any other person? 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Pooh Bear and Nana. Happy birthday to... Shut up, Josh. You don't sing to your people. You don't sing to your people, Josh. Okay, I'm in the dark. All right, guys. I love you. I love you. I really love you. Are you going live, Josh? You're welcome. Josh might be going live, hopefully. I agree, Castle. Lab After Dark's going live. We'll be over there. Let's go rock it out with Josh. Lab After Dark. He's my buddy. Justin, I don't have my pearl. Thank you, Donna. All right, guys, let's go over to Lab After Dark. Love you guys. See you over there. Bye-bye.